Welcome back to Girl Talk. Like I said earlier, if you haven't stopped in the Vinery yet, you're going to want to do so. And as promised, we're going to share with you a little bit about why. This place is incredible. And we are joined now by Denny, who's the owner, and Josh, who is, well, the master of all trades.
Jack
right?
of all trades, yes.
That's right. Thank you so much for having us and having us here. We've had a lovely time so far.
Thanks.
Now, this place is really wonderful, so we're going to talk a little bit about what the Vinery has to offer customers. Gorgeous space, all kinds of beautiful things to look at, and it's really endless. But start with maybe what a typical day might be like here at the Vinery.
Oh, I don't think
That's
there is
question.
a typical day.
Every day is a little different.
It is. It's not typical at all. It's always something new. There's always different things coming through the door, different projects happening.
Yeah. When I first came in, I was sort of overwhelmed almost because I wasn't sure what to expect. You think stained glass, and then Josh was so great and walked me through the whole space, and there's so much to offer, things that I had no idea you could even do, and things to look at that are just so beautiful. And what's really incredible is some of the things that you're seeing, you can actually teach us to make too, so we'll talk a little bit about that.
I was just going to say, I was very inspired while I was walking through. Like, I could do that? That's great. Gotta get in here. Personally, what are some of your, I guess, highest achievements or things that you're most proud of here at the studio?
Well, there's a couple of areas. The store is sort of divided into two sections.
Okay.
The section that we're sitting in now is more of a teaching area, and we also sell supplies.
Okay.
So on the teaching side, I think the most rewarding thing is just being able to share, our skills with our customers and watch, kind of look in their eyes and see how satisfied they are when they walk out with a completed project, and that's really rewarding.
Yeah, I can imagine.
On the other side of the studio is our commission side, and we create stained glass windows for residences and churches and commercial buildings. And lately we've been doing a lot of church work, larger windows, and some of those have been phenomenal. So that would be, what would be most rewarding right now.
Yeah, I saw some pretty large pieces over yonder, and they were beautiful.
The
incredible.
custom work is really incredible, and something that I was surprised to learn about too is even down to repairs. I mean, you can really create just about anything for a client, and if you think you've got this beautiful piece at home and you break a piece, I was saying to you before, I would think you pitch it, right? I mean, you can actually make
it's sentimental value. You don't want to get rid of it. No, you don't want to get rid of it at all.
Make something to replace that. So that's a topic we may get into another time. But let's focus a little bit on classes, because I think there's a lot to talk about there. So, what are some of the classes that you teach, and how can you reach out to folks and just sort of let them know what's here? Because there's a lot available.
Well, I guess where it all kind of started is with stained glass. So that's kind of our basic class that we teach is stained glass. We teach beginning and intermediate. In the last 10 years, fused glass has become very popular. So we offer a whole array of different types of fused glass. And hopefully a little later on we'll be able to show you some pieces that we teach in the classes.
Absolutely.
We also teach glass mosaics, and also flame work, where people can work in front of a torch and blow glass ornaments.
Yeah, we're listening now. Yeah.
So again, hopefully I can fire up a torch a little bit later and show you how that's done.
That sounds great. So you can actually teach us how to create these pieces and even use a torch. It can be done.
Safely.
Yes.
Yeah, safely. There's a key component there. I like that.
There's a lot of fused glass jewelry that I've been really interested in, and to make it yourself would be that much cooler.
Very gratifying.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I often say there's no previous experience necessary, so you can come in without any skills. We try to make people feel comfortable with the fact that they can create with glass without any previous experience.
That's excellent. So having one of the largest and I guess busiest art glass teaching studios in the Midwest, what do you attribute that success to?
I think the variety of classes that we offer. We draw maybe 300-400 mile radius for some of our classes where people will come in to take them. And then also the marketing side, we work pretty hard to let people know what we have available here.
Yeah, that you're here.
Mhm.
That's excellent.
And let's talk a little bit about some of the student projects, and we'll make sure that we're showing them off as well as you're discussing them. But talk about some of those projects and what is sort of involved in these classes, and how do we get to the beautiful outcome?
I'll defer to Josh because he teaches an awful lot of classes here. So
How do we get to the beautiful outcome? We like to help people along the process of, they like to think they can't create something sometimes, and it's fun to get people to teach them how to go through and make a beautiful piece and get over that little hump that they think they can't.
I'm not an artist. I can't do this.
Yeah, no, it's good to get people over that hump, and like I said, it's very gratifying to come home with a finished piece of something you made and you can show off, and
Absolutely.
people are amazed that, it's a glass piece.
They created it. And
Yeah.
One thing that you said to me when I was in last week is that sometimes people have a very specific vision of what they want the outcome to be, and it doesn't always turn out that way. And you kind of let the art sort of take on a form
Letting
of its
go
own.
of inhibition, yeah. Everyone wants to be kind of a perfectionist, and we try to kind of steer you away from that. Perfection does have its place in the glass world, but yeah, it's kind of, you got to let yourself go a little bit and let the glass kind of take on its own life at some point.
That's a life lesson. I
Yeah,
mean, that's
definitely.
incredible,
Life
right?
lessons at the Vinery. There are lots of lows
Free
here.
with class taking, right? Free with purchase. I think that's great.
So real quick before we go, I'm interested in what's next for you guys.
Boy, that's a good question. I think that, one is we want to continue to offer as many different types of classes as possible.
Sure.
And get people in here so they can kind of relax and enjoy this environment.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, well, we've certainly relaxed and enjoyed ourselves here, and I think there's a lot more that meets the eye, and I'm hopeful to learn more about it. But you guys are incredible. Like I said, if you haven't been to the Vinery yet, make a point, stop in. I have driven by for a long time and never done it, and I finally did, and you won't be disappointed. So thanks so much.
Thank you for
Thanks.
stopping.
This is Josh, and this is Denny from the Vinery. We're over here on the east side off of East Washington, so make sure you stop in. And that's it for us. Thanks, guys. Thanks to all of our
you.
guests for joining us, and thank you for watching. Join us next time for Girl Talk.